And here we are.
Next question.
Here we are. Hi, welcome back.
Hello.
This is Historical Quickies, also a show about how you can expose your rear end on you're defying science. Whatever.
Well, Wicked did just come out. Defying Gravity. Sorry, go ahead.
I haven't seen it yet, but thanks for spoiling it.
Okay, that spoiled it. Anyway.
Have you watched it yet?
No. Not yet.
Oh, you saw Moana 2.
Yes, I saw Moana 2. I want to see Wicked, but I also don't want to cry in the movie theater and sing, so I might have to wait.
I don't think you'd be alone.
Yeah, I gotta pick one where people are singing along. I don't want to be that person.
Singing and crying at the same time.
Sorry.
Anywho, yeah, so welcome back. This is Historical Quickies. This is a fun show about the history of things we use in our everyday lives. Phrases, sayings, traditions.
Everything.
Everything. That summarized it. Things we like to take for granted. I always like to do this from time to time. And it just kind of like, in a way, like humble yourself and understand that things we have today, like I think Louis C.K. had a great bit about flying and how people get upset.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, this plane is like taking forever. We've been on the runway for 15 minutes. He's like, you're in a tube about to go in the sky. 500 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Across the planet. Holy shit. Like, be excited about that.
Yeah.
And I think it's also things that we do. And we have a daughter. And we've complained about internet being slow.
Yeah.
And you're like, the amount of data that gets transferred to your house every second.
In like a millisecond, yeah.
Yeah. I remember when we had the one computer in the house, that was I saw the joke.
Computer room.
That was where the internet was. That's all you got. If you wanted, you had to take turns to sit down at the internet computer.
And then sometimes you get a phone call and it would kick you off for all of you who are like 18.
Oh, the teen line.
Here,
yeah.
I'm like, can we insert that dial-up sound?
Yeah. What's it sound like? There you go.
And then when he signed on, it was like, yeah,
That was it.
intense.
But yeah, you had to like take turns. And now everyone and their animals basically have internet. And when they're like, it's super slow. I'm like, you have 300 megabytes a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember when I first moved here in LA and he goes, I'm going to upgrade you. And I think my upgrade was 5 megabytes a second. And that was fast. And we're talking 10 years ago. So
Yeah.
humble notices.
Yes.
With that, we're actually, this whole episode, it's fun. I have a quiz for you.
Okay.
So you can all follow along and do your best to try.
Okay.
It is about home appliances and things that we use to better our lives.
Okay.
But first, I do want to start with fun facts, things that we should understand.
Okay.
Things that really we just are appreciative in this country. The fact that we can turn on a faucet and drink water from it in most places. I don't know if Flint, Michigan's fixed yet, but... Standard plumbing, though, did not become standard in homes until the 1930s. So we are not even in 100 years of being able to flip a faucet. Before that, they used like pumped wells outside and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're not even 100 years into it. Showers, by the way. Do you know when they were like normally installed in homes?
I feel like way later than I would have anticipated. Like
The mid-1950s.
Okay, I was going to guess the 50s.
Fun fact, I know, we're in a mansion. I'm kidding. For those listening at home, we're not. We're in a humble little home here in Los Angeles, and this was built in 1947. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it might have been that a shower was a standard install.
I mean, we saw that coffin shower that was in there, so I'm pretty sure that was an original. That was
That was looking pretty bad.
Yeah.
Same thing. Electricity was not normal until the 1930s either. Like, obviously, I don't think Thomas Edison, Alexander Graham Bell was the phone.
Yes.
Thomas Edison was electricity.
Yes.
And I think that was like in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So I guess it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
But, things that we just appreciate. And then most of all, because we do it all day, is television was not a normal thing, again, until the mid-1900s.
Yeah. Well, that, people used to gather around the radio, and then, that was, And they had one tiny TV.
Can you imagine?
the bunny ears.
Oh, boy. Like, being the youngest, wanting to be like, I want to listen to my radio station, which back then there was probably like
four.
4 radio stations. You're just excited to hear other things other than your sibling
Yeah,
yap on
yeah.
about some crap. Yeah. Anyways, I thought we'd throw a little humbleness there.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we're going to jump right into it. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Okay. I got a whole new system here. It works better. So, I'm going to give you a hint on what the item is.
Okay.
It saves us time. It helps us smell clean, and
You were going to say
usually
the hint was going to save us time, and I was like, okay,
a lot of these things.
go on.
And there's usually 2 devices, and they have multiple cycles on them.
Oh, a washing machine?
Yeah. When was the first electric washing machine invented? Was it 1870, 1908, 1925, or 1940?
1908?
Ding, ding, ding. She is right. The first electric washing machine, called the Thor, by the way, was invented by Alva Fisher in 1908.
Because it brought the thunder?
I don't know, but I want to find a photo of this, so I will put this here. Don't fucking do it. Don't you fucking do it. It's going to go here. Not over there. It's going to go here. Well, your eyes are just going to throw the image over there and pop up?
My eyes and your editing.
Match made in heaven.
Go on.
Before this wonderful invention, what did people do?
Washboard?
Washboards, rocks, or by beating the ever-loving hell the clothes against a hard surface near rivers or streams. And in homes, they used tubs with soap and some good old elbow grease. You know there's actually a cleaning solvent called elbow grease, which is brilliant.
I did not, but that makes sense.
Yeah. Probably gets the job done, too. Anywho. Question number 2. Oh, this one's fun. It's noisy.
Vacuum.
I like. Am I just you reading it through my eyes? That was quick. Yes,
I
vacuum.
mean, it's not a blow dryer. So.
True that. When who's credited with inventing the first practical vacuum cleaner? Was it James Dyson, Hubert Cecil Booth, William Hoover, or John Thurman?
I was going to make a Hoover joke, but I don't know if that's actually true. Doesn't matter. The second one, whoever that person is that I've never heard their name.
Hubert Cecil Booth?
I mean, sure.
Is there a mirror? Are you cheating?
Well, the other ones, there's no way. Dyson, Hoover, I mean, there's no
James
way.
Dyson? Who knows? Mercedes-Benz was the first inventor of a car. Don't worry for that episode that's coming up.
The other one sounded too. You did not make up that second name. I could tell. That was. Anyway, continue.
I'm gonna have to get better at making up some bullshit answers. Yes, it was Hubert Cecil Booth. Booth's vacuum cleaner, invented in 1901, was so large that it had to be pulled by a horse-drawn carriage. Again,
What was
photos.
it vacuuming?
Picture it didn't happen. Hold on, ma'am. I'm gonna clean your carpet. Just let me go get a full, full brigade of stallions over here to bring this fucking
I mean, how
device.
long was the? I need to see what this looks like because
Same.
if it was pulled
Picture
by a
didn't
horse, yeah, seriously. What do they have pictures?
Horse-drawn carriage.
Hold still, let me put the thing up my head. They flash. You know the old school picture taking.
I mean, 1901, yeah.
yeah.
Well, when was photography invented? Got her with that one.
Go on.
There's the eye roll.
No, it was just
roll
eyebrow.
Eyebrow. Before it, what did we do?
Sweep.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Floors and carpets were cleaned with brooms or carpet sweepers. To clean rugs, they were taken outside and beaten the ever-living hell out of.
To blow the dust out.
With a carpet beater to remove the dust and dirt. That's like the videos you get to see back when they're hanging on the string or someone's holding it and they're just whapping it. I'm sure if we whapped our rug, it would
Oh, I've
very much be the
shaken
same.
our rugs, and let me tell you, you should wear goggles. It's a whole thing.
The next one is great. We were told many times, the next invention. During the pandemic, many people hung their swimsuits on them to keep them from visiting it so often.
What?
It was like the joke. Like they hung their bikini on it and said, bikini season's around the corner, walk away.
Well, how do I must have blocked that out?
Oh, darn. I got it with a good one. Okay. Well, I constantly open it and visit it and then force myself not to grab anything because I'm not actually hungry.
The refrigerator?
The refrigerator.
How do I not remember the bikini?
Oh, yeah. It was hilarious. I don't know. It was a funny little joke.
I don't
It was
know.
like summer's around the corner because, what was it? COVID hit in like February or March. So
March.
everyone was just sitting at home feasting. And
Yeah.
then they were like, stop going to the fridge because we were all living at home.
I was not paying attention to the fridge. I was paying attention to bushcraft. If you haven't looked at that, Google it.
We did.
A lot of bushcraft.
That's the next show. Watch us build a home with just some
And
twigs and a hatchet. Yes, so the first electric refrigerator for home use was introduced in what year? 1913, 1927, 1935, and 1945. Keep in mind all that fun information I told you at the start.
27? 35. Is it 27?
I got her. Finally.
Which one is it?
1913.
Oh, damn.
The Domo.
Because it had like ice chests. It's like ice boxes before they were like actual
That
fridges.
was just a box of ice.
Box of ice. Go ahead.
The Domol was introduced in 1913. It revolutionized storage by keeping food fresh longer. And funny that you mentioned, what did we do before refrigerators?
That.
Ice boxes. They were insulated wood boxes with large blocks of ice inside. They were used to keep food cool. Before those, people relied on cellars, cool streams, or snow to store the perishable items.
Okay.
Which is like kind of clever. Like, I want to picture the cool stream. Did you just like dig a hole or like make some, I don't know, like did you make like a little like rock, little like eddy and then like
Yes, it's like almost like a cooler.
items?
But,
Yeah.
like with the water so it could run through it, but not wash them like downstream.
So it was like always, I don't know, like 50 something, 60 something. I don't know how cold
Yeah.
the cool stream is. I got to look that
Yeah.
up because I want to see what they did because obviously you had to do something before.
Well, maybe look for a sketch.
A sketch? Oh, of that. I was like a sketch video.
No.
No, we don't have any cold food.
You said 1913. I was like, well, we're talking going back to how bad photography was. You got to
Ah.
hold still, and you might actually have to look at a sketchbook.
They might. Well, those around the war, they had photos, right? Yeah.
You listen. I was never good at this.
Okay. One of the best inventions, especially for a teenager who doesn't feel like cooking,
Microwave.
Bazinga. Who invented the modern microwave? Was it A, Percy Spencer, B, Nikola Tesla, C, Thomas Edison, or C, the Raytheon Company?
A? I don't even know. I lost track.
Yeah, I made that one pretty easy, didn't I? I'm a podcast guy. I'm not a quiz master. Pfft. Anyways, yes, Percy Spencer discovered the microwave cooking in 1945
Cool.
because he was working with radar waves and he noticed his candy bar had melted in his shirt pocket. I've seen this on a show, like the history of like where food came from,
Right.
and that's when they came out with microwave dinners. What's funny is it mentioned that, I can't remember, I don't think it was Raytheon Company, but it's a company that now makes like cell phones or whatever. And the
Okay.
first microwave was fucking massive.
Yeah, they definitely did not fit in your kitchen.
Probably pulled by a horse-drawn carriage as well. So vacuum and microwave, horse and horse.
And also run off of a horse-drawn carriage. They had to
Yeah.
get it up to really high horsepower.
Yeah.
To, you know.
Yeah. Before the invention, we obviously did what?
Fire.
Fire! We cooked on stovetops, ovens, and open flames. Yes, heating leftovers or quick cooking required more time, typically on the stove or in a convection oven.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we've had a couple of these, all in different styles. We're obviously on the next question. I'm just jumping ahead. And half the time we make it for our daughter, she chooses not to eat it in the morning. It usually makes breakfast. It requires electricity. Yes.
Okay. There you go.
Nice.
I was like, at first, I was like, where are we going with this?
The toaster. Or the toaster oven. Or the, what is it we have now?
Wonder Oven.
The what? Yeah, that thing. The Wonder Oven.
Our Place Wonder Oven. Not an ad, but someone out there.
Hey, you want to sponsor?
I'll take it.
We'll show
Your stuff's
something.
great. Yeah,
show
that
a
thing's
little
thebomb.com. But yes,
Kitchen for some cheddar.
the Wonder Oven.
We'll toast some cheddar with that.
We have, actually.
What year was the electric toaster patented?
Ooh.
1909, 1919, 1929, or 1939?
Do you hear the crickets?
Now, I will help you because, like you said, we mentioned that electricity was invented, I believe, don't blame me on this, the mid to late 1800s, I believe. And things just went off from there. Do you want to hear the answers again?
Whatever.
1909,
Yeah, that one.
1929, 39.
That one. 09.
I can't just say that one and then I go, oh, yeah. Yes, it was 1909.
Everything is just a lot earlier than I expected, so I'm just going to keep shooting for the early ones.
It is impressive.
Yeah,
The fact that going through these, most of these were invented, I don't know if they were like affordable, but they were invented before we had showers in homes.
Well, yeah, I think that's the thing is I'm not thinking of, I have to think invented, not like widespread usage. Because in my brain, I'm thinking it was like, oh, 1939 for like everybody might have them in their home, which actually I don't think is the case. I think it's actually more like the 60s.
True.
Because remember that from that whatever that Jennifer Lawrence movie is where she gets a microwave for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like the 60s or the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I digress.
True.
But yes, okay, so go on.
It was 1919. The first electric toaster called the D12, invented in 1909, could only toast one side of bread at a time.
Damn.
Now, the question I follow up with, what did we do before then?
Fire.
Fire! You are correct. It
I
was
can tell-
toasted manually over an open flame or in front of a fireplace using a long fork or metal frame designed
I
to
can tell
hold
you,
bread.
when I was in England years ago visiting my uncle, they still had the long tube thing. Oop, hello, light. God, is that you? With the metal.
Yeah.
I'd never used one before. It was the coolest thing ever. But I can still smell that smell. It does not smell like a regular toaster when it's actually done over an open flame.
Do you prefer it the fire way
I
compared
know,
to
it's
the
kind of
electric way?
cool. But you can really fry it
I was
over
gonna say,
fire.
I think you like you're zoning
You
out.
have to,
and
no,
can
you have
fuck
to
it up
like
pretty
find
quick.
like the right. At least that's a memory I have. It could be a false memory, but that's a memory that I have.
Is it
was
kind of
good.
like making marshmallows? Like there's a very
Yeah, yeah,
specific,
yeah,
you
yeah,
want to
yeah.
pick like the hot coals.
Yeah.
There's always that one kid, not going to say who it is, but you know who you are. You would just put it over the fire, and that did not cook your marshmallow. You wanted to pick the hot red coals. We all know where that kid is now.
Dennis the Menace. Flop when it gets stuck
Yeah.
on Mr. Wilson's head.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
technique. I would like to try that. I think that'd be fun.
What, throwing the marshmallow?
No, the
I know, the
toasting
toasting the
bread
bread.
over fire. I'll throw a marshmallow. We
Ask
got
you
the
shall
fireplace.
receive. We can order it on Amazon, have it in a day.
Over what fire?
You can do it
Oh,
over
like
the stove. Yeah.
Oh, I thought like you had to like set up a wood
no.
fireplace.
Like you can do it in the house over the stove.
I want to do it over a fireplace.
Okay, well, go on.
Let's make a fireplace.
Although it's LA, let's maybe not build fire right now.
True that. Question number 6. It's everyone's favorite pastime after cooking dinner.
Washing dishes.
Washing dishes.
Favorite pastime. Love it.
Favorite.
A dishwasher.
As that one comedian said, there are those that cook dinner and there are those that wash dishes, but yet the ones who wash dishes need to have a talk with the ones who cook dinner because they don't take into account the amount of dishes they use.
That's true too.
I'm very guilty. I use like 35 dishes. Which company created the first automatic dishwasher?
Okay.
For those of you listening, I'm doing an evil, cheesy grin. Was it A, Whirlpool, B, Maytag, C, KitchenAid, or D, Bosch?
Those are all very complicated. Bosch?
Eh.
I don't even know.
C, KitchenAid.
Oh, really? Really? I was thinking of them as mixers.
I for sure thought Maytag. But I don't know how long Maytag's been around.
I don't either.
Throw it
but
at us, Maytag. I don't know.
I remember their commercials from when I was a kid, though.
Yeah. It was C, KitchenAid. Josephine Cochrane invented the first practical dishwasher in 1886 to protect her fine china from chipping.
Which now you would never put fine china in a dishwasher. Oh my God, are you kidding?
I do remember many times my mom was like, no, we are not, we need to wash the china.
Yeah, that's a hand wash situation. Anyway, but clever invention.
Is
Look
that
where
why
are
we don't
now.
have fine china?
Yeah, we'll go with that's why.
Totally. What did we do before that? Mano a mano. Dishes were washed by hand in a basin and a sink using soap, water, and a lot of manual scrubbing. In wealthier households, the servants often handled this chore. Yes, yes. I don't even think we use it much anymore. We use another cooler advice to make our clothes look nice. But it was very common.
Iron.
An iron. Talking about this iron and this iron. For those of you watching, I'm flexing my arm cannons. Lack thereof. Arm pistols.
Arm pistols.
Arm BB guns. The first electric iron was invented in A, 1858, B, 1882, C, 1899, or D, 1915.
See? I got nothing.
B, 1882. That was tough, because again.
Blowing my mind.
So, B, yes, 1882. Henry Seeley patented the first electric iron in 1882. Early models were heavy and slow to heat.
Yeah, remember just the old iron ones, literally, because they were iron and like you had to stick them on the fire and heat them, and then turn into the pluggy.
You know what? You run the show. What's the next question that I asked?
How we used to do it.
How we used to do it. Exactly.
Yeah,
and
you
what
heat
they
that.
used to do?
You heat that bitch up.
You heat that bitch up.
Old school one. You sit it over heat and back on the heat. Yeah.
Is that the noise it made too?
By the way, have you ever I lifted one of those? I forget where. It was like an antique shop or whatever. Those things were heavy.
Yo, you got your workout in.
Yeah, it was a weapon. Just
Perfect.
saying.
Double. Is that where heavy metal came from?
But ching.
Yes, they were heated on stoves or open flames. They were heavy metal irons called sad irons, and they had to be reheated
I'd be
quickly.
sad if I had to use one of those
They
too.
cooled quickly. They had to be reheated frequently. Yeah, sad irons is what they were called.
God.
Go and get me the sad irons so I can flatten your crappy shirt before you go to work.
God.
Speaking of going to work, that is morning time. We get up. There are certain things we like to have
Coffee
in
maker.
the morning. Either you know me too well, or I'm just
These are good clues.
horrible. Yeah, way too obvious. Yes, the coffee maker. First home coffee maker using drip brewing was introduced in which decade? The 1920s, 30s, 50s, or 70s?
20s.
50s.
Fuck me.
All right.
Damn it.
The Vigomat, introduced in 1954 in Germany.
I was going to say, it's got to be German.
became the you couldn't tell from my awesome American
Even if
accent.
you would have said it with an American accent, that does not sound
Vigomat?
American.
Yeah. 1954 became the first drip coffee maker for home use, transforming morning routines worldwide.
Okay. I dig it.
Next question. What did we do before? I gotta work on German. That's bad.
I mean, I've got an old school coffee pot with like the 2-chamber thing. You boil it. Yeah.
You remember what it was called?
No.
Percolator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time for the percolator.
Percolators. Round 'em. No, that wasn't it. I don't think they were
No.
rapping about that.
Jeez, good.
Could be a good song, though. Coffee was brewed manually using methods like boiling coffee grounds in a pot, which is cowboy coffee, using a percolator, or steeping grounds in hot water with a cloth filter.
Yeah. They had early versions of like a French press and stuff. Different versions of the same idea of just straining the grounds out of the coffee.
Totally. Okay, got your coffee, ironed your clothes, time to start looking good. What am I gonna do with I just got out of the shower.
Blow
Nope.
dry your hair.
I don't even know if you got out of the shower. But yes, your hair dryer. Hair's wet. Boy, that's a pain in the butt. What year are we thinking? 1890, 1915, 1920, or 1930?
Just 1920.
Boom! You got it.
All these dates are just not what I'm expecting.
Yes, it was first invented in 1920. Before that, people used vacuum cleaners with reverse airflow to dry their hair.
Was it drawn by a horse?
Probably was.
Just out of
Bring out the... Well, what was the first one? The Thor? No, that was the... was that the dishwasher?
That's the washing machine, right?
Washing machine, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you put your hair in to get the curls.
You just stick your head out the window. Original blow dryer.
Yeah. Yes, what was it done before then? It was by air or by sitting near an open fire or stove.
Great idea.
Getting ready for a hot night out. Just going to sit here next to the stove. Because hair isn't flammable.
Hey.
I wonder how many fuck-ups that happened before you're
You
like,
see all those
oh.
pictures, all those women back there? Short hair. It was necessity.
Like one week you see like Becky Sue and she's got this wonderful head of hair. And the next week, Bob.
It's all those pin curls. It's just all the burn ends just tucked up and shellacked down.
They're like, we can't fix it. We'll just keep cutting until like
Curl
the
it,
frays
slap
go away.
it, and grease it. Keep away from the fire. It's gonna be fine, Suzanne. Just
Yeah, because grease, that's going to be totally fine. Oh, yeah. Yes, and in salons, early versions of hair dryers were large and bulky machines that resembled
you sat under 'em.
vacuums. Yeah,
Those were cool.
Big ol' Last appliance.
Okay.
It was actually. It's not all the things. It's all the things we mentioned. Mm-hmm. But it's more of a technology phase.
Okay.
Which item was the first household appliance to use the touchpad interface? Was it the microwave, the refrigerator, the washing machine, or the dishwasher?
Oh God. Dishwasher?
Sure about that? You sure about that?
No.
Oh yeah, microwave. Good guess.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
It was the microwave. Yes, 1975 was the
Okay.
first appliance to have a touchpad interface,
Oh,
marking the beginning of modern interactive kitchen technology.
that's pretty cool.
Because you got to hit buttons.
Yeah, versus turning on.
I mean, the washers, I think until like the year 2000.
Yeah, they all have the knobs.
It's still the...
Yeah, you're right.
You could hear, when someone was getting ready to start it.
Oh,
you had
yeah.
that- I don't know how to...
We all know it.
It was a cranking, the
well,
noise.
we all know it unless you were born in like the early 2000s, and you might not know it.
Gen Zers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appliances with manual dials and buttons were used. Cooking or operating appliances required more physical interaction and adjustment without the precision of touchpads. Now you know.
The more you can know.
The more you can know. So we're going to have to bring, I'm going to have to find the photo of the Thor, then the vacuum
the
drawn by the
horse-drawn
horse-drawn
vacuum.
carriage. I also want to find this stream that you cooled your food with before refrigerators and ice boxes.
Good luck finding a picture of that.
That'll be a drawing.
Like I said, it's going to be a sketch.
And if I have AI draw it, it's just going to be way too easy looking. I mean, if you think about it, though, before even all this stuff, too, like, we're sitting here talking about food in the fridge, and we have, like, not to brag, we have, like, a full fridge of food. Mm-hmm. And then you go, oh, I'll eat that today. I'll eat that in 2 days. Mm-hmm. Like, back then, there was not a chance.
Yeah.
And I'm sure when you butchered an animal or did whatever, you had a day, maybe two, to eat that food unless you did something with it. And I
Right.
think that's why a lot of food was pickled.
Or like cured with salt. Yeah.
With salt. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's kind of how you went through life. But, things to appreciate.
Word.
Maybe we should try everything the old school way and see how long it takes. Just no?
We don't even iron our own clothes. We steam them.
That's what I'm saying. We don't use it. So maybe we go
For
get
a
a
reason.
sad iron.
Okay, you
try
know
that.
what? You find one of those in an antique store, I'm in.
You know what? When I traveled to New Zealand, the girls that I were with when we were in the group, they wanted to go out and they didn't have an iron and they
Yeah.
had curly hair, and they legit, yes, Allie, I'm calling you out. I thought it was so cool. They grabbed a clothing iron and they laid
like a hair
their
straightener.
head on the
Oh,
side.
yeah.
And they
Hair straightener.
ironed each other's hair
Yeah.
with a clothing iron to straighten it.
I mean, it's literally no different. I mean, it's
We don't know. I don't know these things. I was like, look at this ingenuity. This is brilliance. Yeah, I thought it was so cool. Good for you.
but they didn't do it like they did it back in the day where they lit their hair on fire. No bobs and pixies here. So, okay.
Nah, there we go.
No pink curls.
No, they're all good. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is just a fun episode to hopefully humble yourself. Obviously, we have more fun stuff coming up. If you have any ideas on things that we should do, think we're wrong on something,
You can do that, yeah.
you can do that too. You can tell us you like us, hate us. I would love to hear from you, though. I don't know how you're supposed to contact us yet, but we're gonna, if it's YouTube, you know how to comment, and we'll go from there.
Create an email.
Until then, stay tuned for the next one.
Bye.
Bye.